Do you, I know you've been named by Business Insider as one of the top 20 most influential Pinterest users.
Engaged, yeah.
Okay, and so you've had some success there, but if I'm watching this, let's just say, I see this a lot. People reach out to me all the time as a consultant. They're maybe in their 40s, they own a business that's done great, brick and mortar, and they're now kind of trying to hop into social media because they feel like they need to.
Clay, consistency. So if you hop on once a week, you have to be on there every single day.
Every single day?
Every single day, making a tweet, engaging every day, and at least one of them. Like at least one of them. And if you have a brick and mortar, you really want to focus on like your local community, who you're going to draw from, unless you have like an online platform that you're reaching a broader audience. But if you're a restaurant and you're selling pizza in Dallas, Georgia, then you want to really, on Facebook and those things that like local forums and things like that, and getting your friends to Yelp you and
is there any social media platforms that you would not recommend, that you say that, hey, that thing is kind of past and we need to be moving on?
No. But I'm into Flipboard. Yeah, I think Flipboard's really cool. Flipboard, I don't. My husband's like the Flipboard guy. He's making our Flipboards, but we're seeing a lot of traction from Flipboard, and it's really cool. It's been out for a couple years. I know that Pipit, Joy Cho's app is really cool, and we're getting into that, and that's kind of on its way up. If you see a trend, if you see something, we were on Pinterest very early in beta. It was a natural fit for us. We were visually inspiring kids and their families, so it was very natural for us to jump on Pinterest right when it happened. And so my husband's a super tech geek, and geek in an awesome way, babe. Okay, so anyway, so he's always like, Gizmodo, TechCrunch, like he reads all of that. So he knew exactly like when Pinterest like came up and it was something that he thought was gonna be beneficial. So you would always wanna be paying attention. This is a little more information once you get into those 2 and 3 hours. Like in the very beginning, like obviously you want to jump onto a platform that is emerging, because if you're one of the first, then you're going to grow and you're going to dominate that for a long time. So like for you to like jump onto Facebook or, right now and like be that 15 million in 1 month person, you know what I mean? You got 15 million followers in 1 month, but, it's always nice to be looking at those trends, and we're definitely doing that, but that would be my number one tip for you guys, is consistency. Even with your blog, you have to be consistent. So if I go to your blog, you know this, if you go to a site and you go one time, you see this great picture of a cake, and it's an amazing birthday cake. You're like, ooh, that was kind of a cool site. I'm gonna go back there. You still see the cake, there's nothing new. You go back the third time, they're gone, they will never come back. You have to constantly update your information. So in the beginning, you have to be posting 3 to 5 times a day. You can spend a Saturday creating posts all day long and schedule them. Say there's Ahology for Pinterest, and there's also Tailwind, but Ahology, you can schedule your pins, so you can pin all week, and then it'll populate through the week, so you don't have to like jump on all day.
And which website is that?
Ahology. And then also Tailwind is really cool. And now for bigger brands that might be watching, bigger brands, you're gonna look at Picora or Curate or.
Now, what we're going to do now is we're going to go through each one of these social media platforms. We're going to try to not necessarily get into all the specifics.
Oh, so now, Clay, you know that Pinterest is my deal.
What we're going to do is we're going to hop into, because I think what happens is you know so much about social media, and I'm just telling you what I deal with a lot. I see a lot of times. I see people that reach out to me, builders, jewelers, construction businesses, never been on social media right now.
Right.
And so
it's unbelievable, right?
And so we're going to get into.
And they're like, Facebook's not cool. I don't even be on Facebook. Well, like for the millennials, like Facebook's so not cool. Like it's just not cool, right? Like they kind of are on it, but not really. You don't even admit it. Would you say, guys? Like, no. Like.
Well, I'm going to hop into each one, and I'm going to let you just sort of tackle each one here, okay? So here we go. We're going to start off with Pinterest. You said you started using it when it was in beta. And
then we'll start with Pinterest, and then we'll start with Pinterest again.
And then we'll go back to Pinterest.
Yeah, okay.
Now, I've heard that you say that people should view Pinterest as kind of like their storefront, in some of the interviews I've seen. What do you mean by that? Okay,
so Pinterest is your visual storefront. Think of it as a storefront. And so if you're selling products, or which my product is, content and products. So I'm gonna look at it as how I want to people to come by. So what's your favorite store? I would say unanimously, every woman would say J. Crew or Anthropologie. Okay. That's like most people would say that. And so if you look at Anthropologie, and like Kate Spade's, like amazing Jack Spade, has amazing merchandising. So if you have a storefront, then you have to be a merchandiser. Right? And so if you look at Anthropologie as a benchmark for incredible merchandising, you will go to a kiosk or a shelf in their store and they will have a perfume on the same shelf. Perfume, pants, a shirt, a hat, the picnic basket, the picnic blanket. They're giving you the whole picture. They're gonna give you the whole day wrapped up right on that shelf. That's a lot more interesting than just 60 blankets of the same color, right?
I get it now. So you're kind of selling the whole experience, like what you would do with that product.
Right. So it's kind of like a game. So I like to say like you're a DJ, I'm a visual DJ.
Boom.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly. So when I came up with that little like notion of like, oh my gosh, I'm a visual DJ. My husband's like, who are you hanging out with? You're getting like going insane. So it's kind of cool. So if I'm thinking, if I have a pair of pants, if I've pinned a cupcake, well, I want to have a party backdrop. So that'll be my next pin. So it's like the taxonomy of content, and it's almost like a puzzle you're mapping together here. So like if you have, instead of having 50 smoothies in a row, I know you're into smoothies, but people, that's boring, and they are going to like, they're not going to engage with you anymore. They want to see variety. Everybody loves variety, right?
Variety.
But it's got to be, still with your target audience in mind. So you'll never see, I pin for a lot of brands from Balsam Hill, which is an artificial tree company, hyper realistic, to Backyard Ocean, which is above ground pools. I pin for Coats and Clark, Plaid Enterprises is paying, and at Four Seasons, Four Seasons, and those are obviously all different demographics.
And they've asked you, so Four Seasons asks you to pin for them.
Oh yes, yeah.
This is a real thing.
I build their environments, right?
This is a real thing. This is real talk. This is.
Right.
If you're watching this and you're going, what? I know this is a fire hose of knowledge you will not get at college, but this is some.
Right.
This is something big here.
Right.
This is something. This is real.